Decorex is an annual highlight on Joburg's decor and design calendar. This year was no exception, with over 100,000 people making their way there to discover the latest in international lifestyle trends. The Decorex has been running for 19 years now. What makes this year's Decorex different from previous years?
We've started a new initiative this year just to really recognize the talent that exists in Johannesburg. It's called the Decorex Designer Spotlight. And this year we could choose none other than David Muirhead, who is the king of Josie Glam, is most front of mind at the moment for having refurbished 54 on Bath, which was the Grace Hotel in Rosebank. He's installed the most magnificent entrance feature for us, where he's showcased new wallpaper from Coal & Son and incorporated all sorts of gorgeous new trends. He really does embody the glamorous Johannesburg style. We've got a dedicated artists cafe this year, which is where we showcase original art in a gallery setting, which has been very successful and very exciting. But the real backbone of Decorex is the Dream Rooms Hall, which is our interior designers and beautiful room settings. We've got our kitchens and bathrooms hall, where you can see the most fabulous cutting-edge technology in kitchens and bathrooms. And we've got our fine finishes hall, where you can go and see tiles, lighting. It's really where our specifiers and architects and tradespeople go and see what's new and happening in one place.
What are the major trends that have come through this year?
One specific one that comes to mind has been showcased on the IID stand, which is the Interior Designer Association. It's called the Woven Wall, and it's actually an acoustic product which is made of PVC panels that just simply slot into a framework on a wall. That it creates a kind of woven, almost wave-like effect that can be done in different colors and backlit, and it is an absolutely show-stopping product. We've seen a huge knitting trend coming forth.
Knitting?
Knitting, but not just the knitting that you sort of perceive, the sort of jersey that your gran knitted for you. Throws, felt products, just basically just accessories for an interior space.
Another new trend is the utilization of living spaces in a novel and contemporary manner. Everyone's talking about these man caves. What is a man cave?
A man cave is a space in a house for a guy. Historically, a man would have a study, which would have been a workspace. But nowadays, everything is so mobile with iPads and laptops that you don't need a dedicated room to work in at home. So a man cave is more of a play space for a guy, which has cutting-edge technology, lots of fun gadgets, and a lounger in a really kind of contemporary style. It's also a space where he doesn't necessarily have to clean up after himself. He can literally just go and hibernate, lock the door behind him, and nobody will bug him.
So what would we have in a woman cave?
Clothes and shoes, I'm sure.
And a big bath.
And a huge big bath, absolutely.
You've got lots of those here.
Yeah, quite right.
And bathing takes on a new dimension with the latest innovations which minimize water consumption and conserve energy. Internationally, there's a huge trend towards being eco-friendly. Can we see that same trend here at Decorex?
Yeah, definitely. We've seen a huge reversion to eco-friendliness. We actually have an award for the best, most eco-friendly product, and Ellie's won it this year. We've got an installation called Contemporary Country, which actually ties in with our theme for the show this year, which is real. Just in the world that we're living in at the moment, everything is becoming so flat in terms of touch screens. There's almost a disappearance of texture, and the human being is craving a reversion to texture and artisanal methods. So at our Contemporary Country stand, we've actually employed certain things like raw woods. You'll see a lot of thick yarns. It's almost the platteland comes to an urban context.
With over 700 exhibitors and everything from recycled jewellery and suitcases to the finest linens, Decorex offers everything you need to be inspired to live. There's so many different options that you actually you can't choose. It's literally, it's impossible. It really is a feast for the eyes.
It's a feast for the eyes, but I think in terms of that, you just have to take your own environment into consideration and find the things that really resonate for you. And if ever you're in doubt, you have to just revert back to nature and just consider how things kind of work and fit together in nature. That's probably a really good decor trend and decor tip.